Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Sunday, November 10th. So, I had a nice rest last night. For the past 2 nights, I've been having the weirdest dreams. And they involve people that I've never seen before in my life. In my dreams, these people look clear. They're very realistic. They have a personality. They're kind, they're warm, they're just regular people. But in my dream, I feel like I know them all my life. Until, of course, I wake up and realize it was all a dream. So anyways, that's not the subject I'm going to have today. The subject I want to have today is about people who are inflexible. They have a very inflexible personality. They're stuck in their old ways. And they formed a comfort zone that they don't want to get away from. And they're not the most open-minded people in the world. So, before I continue, I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers and to all those people that's visiting my channel for the first time. If you guys hear something or see something that resonates with you, then please consider on subscribing. If you do, don't forget to hit the subscribe key, give me a thumbs up and share. And please leave me a comment. We'll be right back with more.
I'm not suggesting anything so complicated.
So anyways, this morning I was up and took care of the kitty cats and took care of myself. Had a nice long bath, washed my hair. And then I got a strange instant message from someone in my Facebook. All right, it was from the Facebook, but we're not friends. I don't have a big Facebook friend gathering. So anyways, I have a breakfast nook table that I'm selling on Facebook Marketplace. And I've gotten about 10 hits off of it. People who reach out. There's been over probably 100 views on it. And about 10 people showed interest. They show interest, we text back and forth, and they ask me the dimensions. Some of them try to knock the price down, which I'm not going to do. And I just had one this morning, and this young man wants to come out and see it. He lives probably about 35 minutes away. And he asked me if he can come see it. I said yes. And he asked me what's the best time, and I told him. And that's it. I didn't hear nothing else. So we'll see what happens. I said to him when he's going to come out here to send me a quick instant message. Yeah. So anyways, when I moved to my community, I met one of my neighbors. And whenever we see each other going in our home, we stop and say hello. He's a decent guy, you know, and seems friendly, and he's retired. So anyways, when my roommate was moving out because she finally bought her own home, she gave me his phone number that he had given to her. And he told her that, hey, give this to Stephanie. Okay, if she wants to reach out, then great. If she doesn't, then I tried. So to me, when somebody gives one of my friends their phone numbers, someone of the opposite gender, then that's telling me that they have an interest. So about a week later, I contacted him and we struck up a conversation, and he did seem to be interested, and I told him I would like to be friends first. And we've been friends and we're still friends, but along the way I've discovered some things that I don't think would work out well for me. This gentleman is pretty much settled in his life, which there's nothing wrong with that. I'm settled in my life, and I'm settled in my ways, and so is he. However, there has to be a degree from this range of being settled and not settled. By that I mean, we both have to be flexible enough to do things that are fun, to do things that are adventurous, and have the conversations that are engaging, and showing mutual respect for one another and ourselves. He's very engaging. We've had interesting conversations, but there are instances where I see a little bit of anger, maybe some resentment. I think his choice of words I'm not crazy about. In some instances, when we're talking, when we're engaged in a conversation, he'll use a profanity. For instance, I was at his home and we're having a conversation, and I thought I would test his humor, and I said something like, for example, I'm going to make you in charge of that, and you got to research and get back to me. I said, you fucking, he said to me, you go fucking do it. I'm not fucking doing it. He said that very snarly, and that took me back. And he's used the F-bomb in the same situations that raised some red flags to me. And that wasn't good. That wasn't good. Because, number one, we hardly know each other. Just because we're neighbors doesn't mean I know him. I don't. And he's described to me his past relationships. That's fine. I didn't go too in-depth about my past relationships. I don't have to. If he chooses to, that's fine. And he has a habit of carrying his handgun everywhere he goes. It's a small .380 pistol, automatic, semi-automatic, that he carries everywhere he goes. It fits right in his pocket. To me, that made me uncomfortable, not because he owns a gun, is that he felt he needed to take it into my home. You know, I have several myself, but I don't feel the necessity to take it into anybody's home. Okay? To me, that mixed with a little snippety and the vulgar language, and that sense that there's some anger in there or some issues that are present and carrying a gun all the time, that's a problem for me. But all that aside, the other thing is, he's so entrenched in his comfort zone that he's not open-minded enough to get out and venture and discover something as a friend, so we can further get to know one another. He'll automatically shoot me down. It's either a football weekend, or he's got a cleaning lady coming over, and the cleaning lady is going to be there all day. If you've had the same cleaning lady for a long time and you know one another, I don't think the cleaning lady needs to be babysitted so you can't go out. He could easily say, I'll go out for a couple hours, but I'd like to be back so I can talk with my cleaning lady, in case she's got something to say to me. Otherwise, the cleaning lady can lock the door on her own and let herself out. It's a host of issues, light issues, combined with some serious issues. So when I thought about all these things and put it into perspective, I sent him a text and I told him that I don't think we have anything in common or compatible. You know, he's a nice guy. He's very easy to get along with, but there's some uneasiness going on there. He's a little bit on the fidgety side, and there's signs of anxiety there. I'm not a psychotherapist. I don't judge people, but I've had him over a couple of times. The last time I saw him, he came over and we had dinner. I'd made dinner at my house, and we had dinner in my patio, and it was great. We had a great conversation, and then we watched a movie. But after he left, and after the time I was at his home, and I thought about these things, and I put them together, it's just not the right kind of person for me to date. I can be friends with him, and we've discussed that, but I feel uncomfortable having him over, because he has a habit of carrying his gun everywhere he goes, even into my home or other people's home. And there's that uncertainty I have about him, which he gets angry quickly, even when he's telling me a story about something that happened or something like that. It's like he's replaying the incident, and he shows some anger. That with a gun, and it just doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me. And then let alone the fact that there's some level of closed-mindedness there, where he's not willing to get out of his comfort zone to try something new and go someplace different, so that's not good for me. But that's what I want to say about that. So it's Sunday. It's a beautiful day out. It's 82 degrees, guys. I just came downtown. I got my drink here. I'm gonna go for a slight brief walk today, and I just had to get out of the house, get some fresh air, because yesterday I only left the house to do a little bit of grocery shopping, and that was it. I was in the house the rest of the day. Today I want to come out and enjoy the sun, and you never know who I'm going to bump into. But that's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys have a nice weekend. Please leave me a comment. Tell me what you think about the conversation I just had, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys soon.